What up, though? It's Terrell with Socialite. We back again with another episode of Market Recap. Let's get right into it. The U.S. economy is expected to lose around 700,000 jobs this quarter. If you've been following along, you know I've been detailing the tech layoffs nonstop, and it seems as if it's going to supersede the tech layoffs, and this is going to become a more broad thing where people in all types of industries are going to start to get laid off, and this will ultimately trigger a recession. If you remember last year, I've been said it was going to be a recession while all the so-called leaders were telling us that it isn't a recession. They're doing everything to prevent it, which was essentially raise the interest rates, but now they're starting to confirm it. So yes, we're going into a recession this year apparently, and not even just within the United States. As I stated in my last video, make sure you check that out. People at the World Economic Forum predicted that it's going to be a worldwide recession this year. So be on the lookout for all the things that happen, and just plan accordingly, man. Make sure you segment yourself within an industry that focuses specifically on future growth, because the old way of doing things is being totally reset. Like, even Ford threatened to lay off 3,000 people. You feel me? They want to, but they're doing it over in Europe instead of the United States. And they over there threatening in Europe, like, we gonna mess up y'all production line. We gonna destabilize you if you think you about to cut our union jobs. But yeah, with Ford threatening to cut the jobs over in Europe, this is because car production in Europe has fell to its lowest rate in 66 years. A new survey suggests 2 out of every 3 Americans can't cover a $400 emergency expense. Are you a part of that 66.7%? I hope not, especially if you've been following me. Americans struggling to make their car payments is at the highest it's been since the recession. 1/5 of adults in the United States says that their expenses outpace their earnings, so most people are at negative net worth as of now. The credit card debt here in the United States is at an all-time high, and personal savings rate fell to a 17-year low. So people ain't been this broke since the last recession. So people personal savings, they can't cover their expenses. It's just everybody is broke right now, and consumer spending is been just as great as ever throughout the entire pandemic. Most of it due to specifically the stimulus and stuff like that. But as inflation starts to go down and things start to regulate, people are broker than ever. But yeah, speaking of global recession, Elon Musk warned of a global recession, and chases Jamie Dimon. But while all this was happening, oil companies raked in historic profits the past year, especially companies like Chevron. I think they earnings during that first quarter quadrupled from the year before. So just to give you an idea of how these gas companies are growing, even though gas prices are starting to go down, the oil companies are getting to the bag right now. That might be something you might want to invest in. I've always been a big proponent of investing in Gush stock. I got Gush in 2020 when it was like $20 a share, and it's still going up.